Hello, everyone. Welcome to another scene for Living World of Darkness Rage Across New York. In this scene, we pick up right when the other scene left off. Saoirse is following after Aedan. Probably won't say much until they get back to the cabin. But she has things that she needs to talk to him about.
He doesn't actually head towards the cabin. He heads down towards the lake.
Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna follow him wherever the fuck he goes.
So yeah, he doesn't like wade into the water, but he heads right down, just walking quite calmly, and just will sit down by it. Probably doesn't even realize you've after following him. Yeah, sit down, lights up a cigarette and or what looks to be like a joint, and yeah, seems quite blissfully unaware that you're there. Unfortunately.
She'll stand beside him and she'll smile. It's good to see you. It's good to see you okay again.
Like look up as he's sitting down, kind of like feet dangling over. Oh, well, yeah. Gotta get my back in the game somehow, right?
That's kind of what I've been doing myself, trying to get my head back in the game.
Sure, sit down here, Anne.
Just take a seat.
Takes a drag and looks over at her.
Did you hear I'm Adrian now?
I heard, I would have come and
I
tell you your
figured
story, but it was a bad day.
it was a bad day.
He just smile awkwardly and he takes a drag. I'm not gonna go see her, Saoirse.
She'll take his hand. You don't need to see her like that.
I made a vow. What if Fiona wouldn't go to see her as a husband, not just a friend? And I'd be an oath breaker, and I'd put you and everyone else at risk.
I don't see it that way.
Spirits do. Stag does. And I'm an honourable man. I made a vow. And who would I be if I didn't always choose the hard path? I smirk slightly.
Um, she'll nod.
And now that they've had a chance to sit down and get comfortable, Tempoina finally breaks away from the group and has been following, just kind of quietly following along. And will come around the pair, giving a nod should Saoirse glance back. She's not sneaking, she's just kind of being, politely quiet.
She'll,
And
she'll look back at 10 Point and offer a smile.
And yeah, she will promptly plop down beside Aedan. On his other side. The nod. Right?
Jumps slightly.
She immediately cringes back with the jump as if expecting a swing.
He just turns slowly and looks at her. We've talked about that. Haven't
I
we?
wasn't. Yes, right.
Ruffles her hair playfully.
She relaxes a bit.
Look back over at Saoirse. So, young lady. Suddenly, like, dad mode just clicks in. Like, he even has the dad stare.
She kind of purses her lips into a smile.
Girlfriend, eh?
She nods. Aye.
And you're
Blink.
staying off Sep to go see her during the hellhole?
Oh, it was just last night.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry, I'm staying on Sept until the hellhole is gone.
Good, because if you don't, I'll follow you.
Oh, wouldn't that be a sight for you to see?
I'll
Shit.
have to bring you home by the ear, drag you home.
Oh, once the
However,
hellhole business is done, I want you to meet her.
meet your girlfriend.
Hi,
She can.
you're my best friend. Nay, she's no kin.
Immediate eyebrow raise, like bunk, Don't tell me you're doing a Dallas.
Not quite. Not quite.
I think it's a fuck for that. She's normal, right?
She, she nods. She's normal.
And she can
She's
put
a
up with you?
doctor. She's a doctor.
Cool. Just nods.
She works in the ER, so she's able to put up with me.
Shrugs, yeah, cool. All right then, cool. Cool. Oh yeah, I'll meet her if you want me to.
Of course I do. Her name's Alexis. Alexis Fairfax.
Stops. Puts out the cigarette. Alexis. Brown hair. Really rich.
She nods. Aye, that's her.
I've met her.
You have?
Yeah, a while back.
Well, what'd you think?
Rubs his beard. She's not bad, eh?
Saoirse smiles really wide. Hey, it's just not bad.
She's a bit rich. She's a bit too rich for my taste. Smirks a bit.
She shrugs. I don't care about her money. I care about her.
How long have you known her for?
A couple weeks now. I decided to go out for a drink by myself, which, I never do.
Mm-hmm.
And I met her in a bar.
She walked up to you like?
She sat at a table right next to me and then came and sat across from me. I was intrigued because she didn't seem to put off by my rage.
He just gives her kind of the dad stare returns, like he's about to fold a paper and just look at her. Intrigued.
At some point, looks mildly sus herself, though it is now her turn to pull out a cigarette and light it. And she'll sidle into, sit nested up pretty close alongside Aedan. Just listening.
Normally, when someone walks up to me willy nilly, I'm usually thinking one or two things. Smile. It's very playful still, but there is the element of dadness in there. Just be careful, alright?
Of course.
If she fucks you around, you know what I'll do to her?
She's not going to do that, though.
She better not. She's not a kin, so I don't have any limitations. Smiles a bit.
There's a side glance.
There's a look that comes across Saoirse's face that's very protective. Like, motherfucker, you better not.
all I'm saying is, Saoirse, she fucks you around. Well, I'll put her straight.
I know, but she's not, I promise.
Good. Then we won't have a problem then. He'll smile warmly, cheerily, but both of you see there's that feral glint in his eye. Like, if this girl fucks Saoirse, you know what I mean? I will slaughter her. It's that type of stare.
Saoirse knows, but she's just like, back off. That's my mate. Fuck you. Not happening. No. She smiles and just kind of shakes her head, and she leans her head on Aedan's shoulder.
His smile ruffled 10 Point's hair.
10 Point is still very casually taking a drag off the cigarette and looking out over the lake. Though she looks a little pleased as she gets her hair ruffled.
So, Adrian and an alpha of a fucking pack now, Saoirse.
Aye. And, had first successful mission as alpha of the pack the other day.
Oh, there you go then. Big girl on campus by the looks of things.
But you know what I had to do to get it?
What?
Well, you heard the name. I had to outsmart the devil.
You've never outsmarted me a day in your life. He smiles as he's lighting another cigarette.
Oh, she just busts up laughing. Ah, you're right about that. I broke a curse that was on an elder Fiona. Saved his soul and mine.
He'll smile. Nice. Impressive.
And
Impressive.
I can call on him whenever I need him, so I think I'm probably going to call him in for help with his hellhole, because we're going to need all the help we can get. It's bigger than just us. Like, just the sept, we can't handle it on our own. We need help. A lot of it. It's huge, Aedan. It is fucking huge.
I imagine it is. That's why we're probably, as he lights his own cigarette off 10 Point very casually. That's why we're probably going to call the Von Evericks. They live for this kind of shit.
Aye.
Well, since home is tapped out, so... And if home is tapped out, that means Tri-Spiral's tapped out as well. So, can't bring the army from home anyway. You'll smile.
Probably, Raya. I don't think we should expect anything from across the ocean.
No, probably not. If anything, from what Eric's told me to go by, is they're all hands on deck over there, both Ged and Nos.
Probably the Silver Fangs as well.
Probably.
And considering present company, and 10 Point casts a side glance and then a quick look around, just to make sure there's no one else lingering close enough to listen. There's another little shrug. Maddening how everyone else is paying for the consequences.
I know, right? I'll go over to Saoirse and smirk a bit.
Yeah. She nods.
Just think. I'll lean forward a bit as he's looking out at the lake and like skipping a stone and stuff. Just think. Because of this, of what they've done here, everyone back home is probably going to die. One way or another.
It's a derisive little snort.
Seen it
Bit
when
of
I
smoke
went.
billows out.
My mom lost an arm.
Jesus, really? Fuck. Shakes his head.
Hardly anybody was there because they were all gone fighting. Honestly, if Terra was visible, it would be vulnerable for attack right now.
Fucking hell. Fucking
Because
hell.
there's not very many people there at all.
Jesus Christ. Jesus
And
fucking Christ.
From what they've said, they've lost so many that it's going to be a while before they can populate the sept again.
Yeah. Fuck. Do you know, this place is one thing. They're all happy dandy, but because of this and what they've made here, myself, You, her, Balian, Banshee. We're all paying the price for their fucking mistakes.
All for a woman who didn't live 2 months past them making the point.
Aiden spit out in the lake.
10 Point does the same.
Yeah, so does Saoirse.
Dallas, as she makes her way down, kind of just scrunches her nose. Y'all are gross.
Hey, Dallas.
Aye. And she'll make her way to a rock and sit on it.
Oh, she don't want to sit next to 10 Point. I see how it is.
Dallas has to have her independence, damn you.
To be honest, it makes sense with some of the way. I remember Eric telling me the guilt he was feeling over it. Apparently, he fought for this sept against them.
What are y'all
He says
talking
he
about?
looks over. What's happening over at home?
Aye.
You're
Talking
home.
about the death of a house. All over a woman who lived 2 months after the battle.
And now my sept, 10-point sept, Saoirse's sept, your people, my people, are paying the price for it.
Because what we're fighting here, they're fighting there. And theirs is bigger.
Much bigger.
And it started. She glances aside. What? Very soon after the house died. Gleaming
not-
Eye were meant to hunt out the worm.
It's not dead yet.
It's damn close.
10-point gets abruptly grabbed
Yep.
right into his face. It's not dead yet. Do you understand me?
I know, Raya.
Just, cracks his neck. Do you know the warder called him Death Wish?
Narrows her eyes a bit.
Yeah,
When was this, Raya?
a while back.
Is that so?
Well,
That's two things then. That he said that he'll regret.
just look over and Saoirse and Dawson smirk. Sorry, talking about what happened to Balian's family, it gets me.
He's
She
still
nods.
holding her all up in his fucking face.
No, he lets go.
She eases back upright. Maybe scooches to give him a little inch of space. And takes
Oh, yeah,
another drag
did you not
and turns her.
Did you not hear my full name, Saoirse? Mark a bit. Did you not hear my full name? He'll say it out loud, just 10 points lighting a cigarette. What they officially call me now?
What do they officially call you now?
Aiden Lynch Krause.
Oh, I remember hearing about that.
Oh, full-fledged member.
Oh,
Gotta
no.
help him somehow. Gotta help him somehow, right? So how's your pack doing?
We're all right.
Is Kuma still alive?
Hi, he's still alive. He's working on his fostering challenge.
How long was that? How long ago was that?
Been a couple weeks now, I think.
Kumba's an odd one. Just nod, looking out the lake.
She nods. He is. But he's loyal to the pack, and he's usually there when we need him.
I suppose. Mild smile of music comes across his face. Did you hit him on the head or something? You look over and ask her, like, staring
What
at
you mean?
There's a sharp side glance, like the fuck.
What do you mean?
slow. He seems a bit slow. Did you smack him too hard or something?
Nah, I've
Aedan.
never laid a hand on him. Maybe I should.
Might knock him over the right side of the headways. I don't know, the guy seems to miss out a lot. I was worried. What? Every time I meet him, he hasn't a clue where he is or where he's going. I was just worried that he's after getting something after happening to him. Small bit of a teasing smile.
10 Point's trying very hard not to smirk at her cigarette.
Sorry I haven't been a bit around, by the way, Han.
Right, I haven't really been around that much either.
Oh well. It got a bit bad. I'm better, but Rano's meant to be a thing that you teeter on the edge of. You know? It's not a pleasant experience.
And with mention of Toronto, 10 Point again shifts only a little bit, but just enough to like set her leg next to his, and kind of reinitiate physical contact since after the grab she kind of scooched to break it.
And plus, since I got removed from the Guardians, I've been kind of quiet anyway.
I'm sure they'll reinstate you soon.
I don't give a shit. I have a much better plan.
Oh,
Guardians are only confined to the Sept and Protectorate. We need a scouting corps. We need people out there in the city. Moving, seeing what we're doing.
right about
And
that.
making
Those of you who are sneaky and with lower rage.
Think about it though. What use have they put me in the other Ragabash to? At all.
She shrugs. None that I can see.
That's my point.
Wouldn't exactly call you the prototypical Ragabash, though, Aedan.
Aiden's kind of a jack of all trades.
You crane his head over at Dallas. They have war scouts in your tribe, yeah?
That's our tribe.
You know, the Fiona and Get aren't that different when it comes to those things.
There's a slow stand up then. You know who pushed your people back? Dallas.
She reach out and like try to get a hold of his shirt before he gets all the way up.
Yeah,
That
Saoirse's
was-
gonna try and pull him back down too. Like, nope, not here, not today, Satan.
Yep.
Dallas will
Wow.
stand up.
What was that tribe? What was that tribe's name?
Well, there's no need for this.
She just gives Aedan a look. You sure you want to go there? Yes.
What was the tribe's name? A simple question.
You're doing so well.
You're not Get, and that's the way a Get feels about it.
It was Fianna like me that pushed your people back. Dallas. Don't you forget it.
They pushed in the first place, Rab. Please. Let's not fight among ourselves.
Come on, you're a pack. Don't fight. That's not what we need right now. We don't need fighting amongst each other. That's what they want.
Dallas just is continuing to look at Aedan.
He locks eyes with her. You want to call me?
Here we go.
What's your problem?
Saoirse lets out an exasperated sigh.
Because from what I'm noticing, you seem to have an issue with the fact that I'm not your stereotypical ragamuffin. Do you expect me to click me heels and Irish dance in front of you, did you?
Right, she didn't say it was a bad thing.
Kind of tenses a bit.
I agree. She didn't imply it was bad.
You want to fight, Aedan? Right here.
Oh, well, that's not very ragabash of me, is it, Arun?
Seems like you're itching for a fight.
No, I'm just wondering. What's so unusual about me?
I said you weren't the prototypical ragabash.
What's the
You don't.
prototypical ragabash, Dallas? I mean, do enlighten me with your vast knowledge of my auspice, please.
She'll kind of tilt her head to one side. Aside from questioning, like the moon says, you're known for your scouting ability. You have gifts that make you unseen. Like walking through fogs on the moor.
Oh,
But you are very forward in how you deal with things.
and what's
Almost
my tribe
every-
known? What's my tribe known for then, Dallas? Fiona. What stereotypically points at Saoirse, points at 10 Point. What are we famous for?
Aside from the red hair,
If you want to make that joke about Viking, go ahead.
The redhead thing does make 10 Point kind of choke for half a second, like.
Oh, same with Saoirse. She just snorts. She's thinking, like, you got a lot of room to talk, Dallas.
Yeah.
It's so good.
What's our tribe famous for? You know, you have warriors. I mean, I think we're that as well. So technically, I'm a scout from a warrior tribe. Wouldn't I be kind of forward about things?
I don't know, Aiden. Would you?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking you the question. You seem to not understand ragabashes who are built in a warrior tribe. Oh, I thought you'd been vastly experienced.
Wen's just gonna reach over,
Wouldn't
very
exactly,
gently try to set a hand on his shoulder.
I wouldn't
Raya.
exactly call the stereotypical Fiona a warrior tribe.
Well, your people would know all about us being warriors, wouldn't they?
Raya,
I mean, if she wants to throw that in my face.
please remember what the right master told you.
Oh no, I'm proving a point. Prototypical ragabash.
And you're being very antagonistic about it, Raya.
And why can't I speak my mind, 10 Point? I seem to not be able to do that a lot lately.
Dallas rubs the back of her head.
Aiden, you can speak your mind, but when you do with Dallas, it always ends up in frenzy. So I'd really rather not have to deal with that right now.
You can speak your mind without starting a fight, Raya.
Aye.
Well, if everyone jumps at me like I'm about to start a fight, might as well start one, shouldn't I?
No one here jumped at you, Raya.
Dallas sort of cants her head to one side and cracks her neck.
You took what she said as an insult when her tone and demeanor was nothing of the sort. So what? I don't understand. Talk to me, Aiden. What's the matter?
There's your reaction. There's your reaction. Anytime I stand up, points over at Dallas, cracking her neck, there's her reaction. If I make a move you all don't like, It's immediately something bad. When I'm
Raya,
just
you
questioning,
turned her words into a challenge.
no, not really.
You
I was-
tried to stand and face her as if it was a challenge.
So I can't
Of
stand
course
and look at
you
my packmate in the
responded.
eye. I'm not allowed to do that.
You know what that means, Raya.
So my packmate, I can't look at of equal rank. I can't look her in the eye. She's going to take that as a challenge against me.
Raya, you
That's
spoke
interesting.
aggressively. You rose aggressively. You looked her in the eye aggressively. Of course, she took it as an aggressive gesture.
Oh,
Never
okay
mind
then.
that she used the Arun.
Fair enough then. I just won't speak at all then. To any of you. I mean, that'll save me some trouble considering everything I do must be aggressive.
That is not.
Aedan, you do enjoy your whinging when you think you've been hurt.
All right then. Whinging. Well, there you go. That's your word for it. Fair enough then. Smiles warmly. We'll walk back towards the cabin.
Raya, please.
No. Whinging sounds perfect.
And 10 Point's gonna get up. And she's not gonna stay right close, but she's gonna trail behind.
Turns. I don't want you to follow me. Go back to the rest of them.
Dallas is going to settle herself back down, sort of resting her back against a log that's fallen over, being used as a bench, and she just kind of smiles as she takes out a piece of gum from her pocket and puts it in her mouth. I don't know if out of character if I want to say this, but it just popped into my head. But we need a scene set up.
Ten Point has stopped moving forward, but is still has just stopped when she was turned and confronted and is just looking.
Dallas just looks over her shoulder, shakes her head, and just mutters the word "drama queen." Can you guys hear me? No?
Yep.
Uh huh. That's Aiden for you. It's the way he's always been. He'll be fine.
Seems to like to start fights with me.
Not sure why.
I think one of the reasons he knows is that I won't bite back in a way that I know is going to hurt him. But if he wants to sit there and take everything as a slight, throw up his hands like a drama queen,
Don't need
maybe
to
he could
impact.
do it right. He should do it like a master. Maybe I can talk to Latahine and see if she's available for lessons.
10 Point's finally going to look back over her shoulder. Raya, you can't chastise him for doing something and then turn around and do the same thing. Don't try to start a fight.
I think I see the problem. You two are a lot alike. You clash. You're both threatened by each other, instead of swallowing your pride and fucking getting along. Maybe if you give, he might.
Tried that already, Saoirse. She'll stand up. And when I did, he took the opportunity to cut my legs out from under me. Over and over and over again.
Then I
So.
don't know what to do.
We will just
Cav.
continue to be as siblings are.
She'll nod. Hope it doesn't get in the way of... We've got a lot going on here.
That's the one thing it doesn't seem to do, for the most part. Doesn't seem to get in the way of what we know we need to be. What needs to be done. What has to be done.
She'll nod then. Okay.
And as she steps up, she sort of looks at Saoirse and puts just an arm on her or a hand on her shoulder. Congratulations on your rank, Raya.
Thank you.
And she will turn and begin to walk away. And as she does,
You hear a whistle from Aedan as he's walking back. So, Dallas. So, I was wondering something. I mean, he just storms back. You know, not aggressively, just quite swaggery. I was wondering something about you.
Dallas takes a breath in, taming her
What's your
sensitivity.
What's your problem with me? What is it? Because it's something. Might as well get it out now. I hear you're very good at being blunt, so hit me with it.
I'm not exactly sure what hair pulled on a raw nerve today, Aedan. But when I was saying that you weren't a prototypical ragabash, I wasn't throwing shade or an insult. But you immediately took it as such. And the problem that I have with you, Aedan, is that you will take words that just about anybody says, and you will use it against them. Moreover, when you do pick a fight, when you do your Gaian duties under the guises of your auspice, I think that you take a certain sadistic pleasure in it, especially when you know that the ones that you snap back at with the deepest, most personal jabs, when you try and start something with them, you do it to the people that you know won't hit you back.
Oh, is that it? Did I hurt your feelings, did I? Did you not like how honest I was with you? I think what I noticed about you is you like to compete. You like to jab and poke and prod. And then when someone snaps, well, then you throw it back in their face. How dare I be mad? How dare you be mad at me? And then you poke and prod and poke and prod. And I don't think you like the fact that I snap back right where it hurts. Because I don't need to punch you. I don't need to hit you. That's not my duty. My duty is to point out what you're doing. If you don't like that, well, you know what you can do, Dallas. But I don't need to brawl with you. I don't want to.
Raya, she didn't do anything wrong.
No. This needs to be addressed, and I'm trying to keep calm about this. Trying. It's hard. I tried pointing out something. And if you want to take it as an insult, yes, I may have said it aggressively. But I feel strongly about it. A prototypical Ragabash.
She didn't call you an Arun Raya. She wasn't referring to the rumors. And she wasn't referring to the shit talk.
And why are you answering for her?
Because maybe you'll listen to me, Raya.
Or maybe you're just trying to stand in between when this needs to be said between each other. Me, I have no problem saying it. Because I respect her as a packmate. Enough that I can be brutally honest with her. I'd say it to Saoirse if I thought something was fucked up. I'd say it no matter how harsh it was. Because I respect her. Like I respect you. Like I respect 10 Point, Banshee, Balian. I say the harsh things because I respect people enough to take it. Now, if you have a problem with that, well, that's not technically my problem if you can't admit the harsh truths of your life. I have. It's shit. But I'm done apologizing for things that I have said, which I have meant. Yes, they may have been harsh, but I have been saying what I feel needs to be said. So, Dallas Yekar, if you have a problem, and if you want to settle it, you can challenge me. That is your right to do so. But it is nowhere near as slight as you take it. Or competitiveness that you so thrive.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Good. And she just walks past him.
And there it is. There it is, Dallas. That's the reason I go at you. Right there. He follows her.
Trisha gets up and starts following after them, but keeping a distance.
I tell you the truth.
Oop, go ahead.
So go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like Saoirse gets up to follow. 10 Points maybe a step or two ahead of her, and is just casting back the please, dear God, help me. I don't know what to do anymore. Look.
You walk in front of her. Is that all you have to say? Really?
I don't have the words that you do, Aedan. Can't match a war of words with you. I don't know how.
I'm not looking for a war of words. I'm trying to tell you that I am not doing this because I hate you. I'm not trying to tell you that I'm doing this because I want to spite you. And if that's your reaction, what does that say? How you feel about me? The fact that I bit down my anger and came and talked to you as a packmate, as your sister, as your brother, you as my sister and I as your brother came to talk to you, to tell you, and that's what you do. How does that make me? How do you think that looks to me?
I don't know, Aedan. I don't have a grasp of social dynamic and psychology like you do.
But you do have a fucking brain.
Wouldn't seem so.
Well, I don't know. I think you fucking do. What does another wolf do when another wolf walks away from them like that and they're meant to be brother and sister?
I don't know, Raya. I don't have a grasp of biology like you do.
And you just don't get it.
I guess I don't. I'm the sledgehammer, remember? That's what I'm good for.
Pushes her. Fuck you and your sledgehammer. Fuck you and that notion. I want to hear what's going on in your head. Fuck you for thinking that. And fuck you for trying to hide it from me. You're my sister, Dallas.
Dallas is sitting there, like, gritting her teeth, grinding them. If it weren't for regeneration, God, she'd be a dentist nightmare by now.
Do you think I noticed you making all your gadgets and gizmos and all that? Hiding away? Do you think I'm blind? Do you think I noticed who was there for me? Who took care of me? So why do you walk away from me?
Because I don't want to be that sledgehammer on you.
I don't want you to be a sledgehammer, Dallas. I want you to be my family. Because you are. I fucking love you, kid. I would take any amount of silver for you. Without even thinking. If someone insults you, I'll fucking rip them apart. I would defend you to hell and back. I will bleed for you. I will cry for you. I will love you to the day I fucking leave this earth. Because you are my pack. My family. And I'm sorry I'm unorthodox, and I'm sorry I'm an aggressive shite. But I would go to hell and back for you.
Thing is, Aedan, I know how to deal with things in my own way. I don't do that to you. I don't do that to 10 Point, Saoirse, Banshee, Balian, Felix. Because I know once it starts, outcomes are very counterproductive to what we're trying to build here.
Look at me. You are as much as I want to know everything about you. How you manage things, how you do things. Because you matter to me just as much as her, points at Saoirse, just as much as 10 Point, just as much as Balian, Banshee. You matter to me. And if you have to deal with some things in some fucked up ways, I will be right there. I don't want you to hide from yourself, Dallas. I don't want you to hide from me, or 10 Point, or Banshee, or Balian.
Or me either. Might not be your pack, but I do consider you my family. All of you.
Dallas's walls have been up this whole time, and she is thankful they are. And yeah, she as she grits her teeth, there's just that sudden sound of popping in her mouth. Point where she has probably fractured a few of her teeth. And it's definitely evident because I don't care if you're a rank 6 Fenrir rune, that shit hurts a lot. So she winces as those teeth pop in her mouth.
At some point, will it almost involuntarily take a step or two that way at the popping sound, wincing?
Aedan will like cup her face, like very tenderly, like taking, like actually darting forward the moment he notices she's in pain.
She's gonna reach up and grab his wrist.
Dallas, when you're in pain, I'm in pain.
Stop.
No, I can't. You didn't stop for me, and I asked you to. Ain't no fucking way I'm giving up on you. I'm not going anywhere, Dallas. Neither is 10 Point, neither is Saoirse, and there's Banshee or Aedan. We're not leaving you. I promise.
Gotta spend that willpower. She's not frenzying due to anything that they are doing, and it's because she cannot cope. Yeah, she's face grows a bit hot, and the rumble in her throat gets a little bit deeper, and she backs away from Aedan.
Keeps coming towards her, arms spread out. Dallas, it's all right. I know how it feels. But we're here. And we have you. Just let us in. Let us help. We're your family.
And Dallas
No
at
matter
that
what.
point is just
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
hyperventilating.
It's all right. You can take some gentle step forward.
And 10 Point has been probably keeping maybe a half step behind, but especially as she starts hyperventilating, will look to very gingerly ease in and just not grasp, but just very gingerly try to touch Dallas's arm.
Oh yeah, there's a reaction there. She jerks away.
Yeah, Aedan very calmly lifts up his hand to 10 Point, like, wait. Do you want to know what happened to my sister, Dallas?
She starts to look like somebody in a panic, and she
Because she's a lot like you. She used to be the brightest person in the room. And she used to dance and sing and smile and shout and scream. And then, when it all happened, she hid away from herself and drew away from herself and shut out everyone she loved, including me. But the difference between you and her is, right now, You're making the choice that she never got to make. And you have that chance that she never had. And like her, I love you to the end of my days.
Dallas.
Don't push us away, Dallas.
Man, I gotta change gifts for this. Because I think it's appropriate. I've gotten to use it quite a few times over the past couple of weeks. Yeah. She winces and she's on the verge of having some kind of emotional outburst, whether it's just an angry swell or if she's going to start breaking down and crying. It's really hard to tell at this point. She probably doesn't even know herself, but she dips her hand into her swag and she grabs a hold of something. She winces as she does. She seems to push her hand down deeper and deeper until finally she just kind of lets out a not really a howl, more of a growl of pain.
Raya, please let us in. 10 Point is still standing markedly back and letting Aedan take the front as far as physically being close. But she's still mentally just hovering, just waiting for a crack, waiting for anything to
Saoirse's
appear
probably
crackling.
Saoirse's probably about half the distance, staying back a fair bit, but close enough that if she's needed, she can come in.
Don't hurt yourself, Dallas. It's like, I mean, he zips off his jacket and Saoirse sees the plane. There's self-harm marks on him. Like, blatant. Don't do what I did. Don't do what my sister did. Don't push it away.
Stop pushing.
No, I can't. I can't let you fall, Dallas. I can't lose you. I can't lose 10 Point. I can't lose any of you. I swore a vow to you. Remember? I could put my blood in yours. You're my family, Dallas.
Just step away.
No. You didn't. There's no way I could do that for you. Because then I wouldn't be your brother. I'm not going to abandon you.
And one last. Still kind of same old thing. She finally just looks at him. What the fuck do you want from me? What do all of you want from me?
You using my father's blade? And your swag? I'll tell you what I want, Dallas. That blade right there. I used to cut myself every day with it. For Gaia, for Stag. It's tiny little incisions. Because I couldn't take it. Couldn't take anything. And since meeting you, Banshee, Balian, I find myself using it less and less. Especially since I met you. Do you want to know why? Because you're the one person. 10 points, 10 point. I care for her deeply. And I love her in my way. I love Banshee in my way. I love Balian in my way. But you, the reason why I love you so much, because you're the one person that stands to me like an equal and isn't afraid to talk to me like an equal, who treats me like an equal. And I return that favor. And it may be harsh and it may be cruel. But I know that when I look at you and I nod, that you'll be right in there with me. Right there. And you know I'll do the exact same for you. And all I want you to do is just let me in. So I can protect you.
I can't right now.
Yeah, you can. You're just choosing not to.
I have to see this through. In my way.
I said the same thing.
I'm not you, Aedan.
No, you're not. You're far better than me.
You don't understand.
I understand plenty. And I'm telling you, you're far better than me. I admire you. I admire you, Dallas. I admire the way you carry yourself. But everyone needs to be let in. No matter how much we differ from each other.
And then Dallas just kind of shouts at him, then wait until after he leaves.
No. He doesn't decide how we interact with each other.
Not talking about the warder.
I know who you're talking about. He doesn't decide. He doesn't decide who you are, no matter how much you adore him. I'm here for you now because right now, you're at the point where if you don't let us in, it's gonna get worse and worse till it eats you alive.
Dallas is going to start walking, pushing past him. She can't take it anymore, and her pride is not going to let her. It's not. She's not going to get out of her own way.
And he will walk up behind her and hug her.
And she will just stop. She'll stop cold. And
It's not your fault, Hen, that he's leaving. It's not your fault.
well, he won't take me with him.
Alright, we all want to go back.
He'll turn her slowly and like clasp her cheeks to his face. I wouldn't let him take you with him. Not without me, anyway. You're with us, Dallas. The fact that he can't recognize that he can't take you with you, that's not your fault. That's his. But you belong with us. And where you go, we go.
All I wanted to be able to do. Can't do now.
Yeah, you can.
He's gone. I'm the only get. The only one.
Well, there'll be more. And he needs someone to pass a legacy on to here.
I don't want his legacy. I want him. I want him to watch me grow alongside my pack. I want to have him see me gain rank equal to his. Him gone, that's never going to happen. Him going off to fight in the hell, that's never going to happen.
Wow, your tales will travel to his ears.
Do you not think he's going to hear about you? And in fact, do you not think he's going to roar with fury when he hears that you made Aedan? That you make Athro? Do you not think you're going to meet him again? Because I'll meet him again one day. Because he was just as much of a father to me as he was to you. But he gave us a task. And are you really going to let him down and not see it through? You're not going to stand beside me? Like the Get he knows you are. The Get I know you are.
Dallas will remove her hand from the slag, and she's done about 4 points of lethal on the tip of the sword that she crafted. And she just hangs her head, goes almost limp.
Will she move back if 10 Point finally tries to ease in?
No.
She will look to very gingerly, very carefully, unless it's yanked back. Like, this is one of those things where, like, she will barely make physical contact with the hand initially, so that Dallas does have a chance to retract it. But if she doesn't, 10 Point will gingerly take up her hand.
Aiden will lift her face so she meets his eyes. He believes in you. I believe in you. Saoirse does. Banshee, Balian, 10 Point. We all know you're capable of greatness. We all know it. We all can see it. Don't for a damn second think him leaving means he doesn't think you're worthy. Means he's giving you the chance to prove himself. Prove yourself. Because at the end of the day, what kind of father would he be if he didn't let you stand on your own 2 feet? Like a get would. Like any guru would.
A mother's touch.
Yep. She will be drawing out, once she has the hand, be drawing out bandages and dressing it, and will apply mother's touch. It doesn't do the whole thing, but it takes the edge off.
He's gonna go. We're gonna be here.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you at all.
She said that he's going to go and we're going to be here.
I know. I know. But we're here together.
Saoirse at this point has sort of kneeled down beside and like in between. I imagine Aedan and Dallas are across from each other, right?
Oh yeah, no, he has a hold of her.
So
There's no
she's
way
gonna
he's
be
letting go.
so she's gonna be on the side, sort of between them, but a little back away, but close enough that she's just there. Her presence is there.
We're here. And every time we paint up, every time we charge in, every time, we let them all know who we are. We let Skovgard hear from the halls. If he goes there, we let him hear from everywhere he's been that we are his. We're his people. We fight for him. We fight for them all. Because that's what we do, Dawes. But don't run away from us. Because we need you just as much as you need us. And we need him.
And Dallas will finally just let the walls down, and there's just that sensation of inadequacy that doesn't let to the forefront of her thoughts almost ever. Certainly not into the pack link. And she is very clear that she feels completely exposed and naked without Skovgard there.
You need to just slowly embrace her.
And within the pack link, 10 Point essentially does much the same and just wraps her up in a wordless sense of support and care.
And Dallas, she goes weak in the legs, and she can't help but to cry at this point. It's not like a loud sobbing or even a soft sobbing. It's just the tears that come out.
Saoirse she'll lean over and put an arm around her.
Yep, 10 Point will immediately shift that little bit to the side so that she can help brace her up as well.
It's probably clear at this point that it's a pack link, and I'm sure 10 Point can pass it along to Saoirse. Just finally, there's just a hint of how exhausted Dallas is. She's been up longer than she was on her fostering challenge. She's been working herself to the grindstone.
And sadly, 10 Point and Saoirse aren't linked, but 10 Point is very easy to read, and her there will be a certain amount of response on her face, a reaction. And still,
Yeah.
she just wraps herself mentally around Dallas like a blanket, and physically will just stay there by her side, even hooking under her arm, so that she's bracing her up with her shoulders.
Saoirse, I'm sure, can definitely tell the exhaustion on Dallas's face and stuff like that. She's not going to go anywhere. She's going to be there. Yep. And I think that probably would be a good place to end our scene, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you next time.